You're kidding me.
Isn't that something?
Wow.
Isn't that something? Oh, hey guys.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, so this was going to be a regular horizontal live, but we're on our phone instead of the computer. And once we turned it sideways, it said we had to turn it the other way around. Is that correct?
Yeah, cannot see a way to fix it. But it's all right.
Hey, we're like this.
We are like this.
All right. What's up, Phil? What's up, Jeremy?
Yo.
Yo. All right.
Oh, let me open here because that's where we're going to see
Oh, comments and stuff?
what we need to say. Hey,
Oh,
yeah, Woody. I am so glad Phil got to say, well, it's not late because we're doing it in the middle of the day.
middle of the daytime.
Because we were going to do it, Phil, we were going to do it like last night at 7. I was like, Phil couldn't be on.
What's up, Daniel? What's up, Matthias? Zombro Fitness. What's happening?
What? Making sure that we are all over here.
She's got some checking out to do. I don't know if you guys can see behind me the new covered fitness area. We finally got the covered patio finished. Baby, tilt your head one way so you can see the Monster Factory sign. Boom. You see that green sign on top? This place makes us so happy. Seeing Rebecca out here training and how exciting it makes her to train outside this truly been a blessing. So super excited about what we got going on here. Brandon B, good morning.
Is the trophy still the axe? Phil says, what's up, Monster Fam? Missed you guys. Monster Factory compound is looking sharp. Upgraded to Monster Resort.
Yeah,
that is the truth.
We're trying to turn it into something crazy, man. And it's just the beginning. There's a lot more coming. Actually, just before this, I was opening up the outdoor kitchen and trying to place it. I've got a 200-pound grill to set on top of this 40-inch cabinet. So gonna need some help with that. But yeah, it's definitely turned into something special.
Hey, Phil, tell me, does it sound good okay? I've got some new mics
What's up,
on
Henry?
it, so I just want to make sure that they sound all right. Like they literally just come out of the package.
Michael asked if we could turn our camera. No, it wouldn't let us. For some reason, this live wouldn't let us do it horizontal. It's going to have to
see if I do this. Okay, we're fixing to go sideways. Y'all don't puke. What?
Orientation is locked. Rotate device back.
How do I unlock the orientation?
I don't know that.
No idea. So we go back here.
Yeah, so we're stuck this way again, guys. We're right
Sorry,
here.
guys.
It is different, because normally we do our live, in a horizontal way. So how will this show up? Will this show up?
Like this.
So it's just going to be this?
It's just going to be this.
All right. Sound, video is great. Cool.
Awesome.
All right, so it is Saturday. What's today? September 27th. Originally, there was going to be an East versus West in, what was it? Azerbaijan or something? Or where was it supposed to be at?
Oh, was that supposed to be today?
Yeah. Was it? Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Baku or something like that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was originally going to be today. So our next East versus West event is going to be November 1st in Switzerland. So we got some pretty exciting matches going on there. But what is this live about, baby? How many people we have on here?
How many do we have on here?
It's like 51 or something like that.
51 right now.
51 people, 51 folks.
Let's see what we got.
All right, we're gonna wait a minute before we launch this huge announcement. But I guess we're gonna see. Still training the cup. So man, listen.
It's for mobile, is what Daniel says.
Okay.
Yes, I did set it up for mobile. I did.
Did you really?
But I thought that was so I could stream it from my mobile, but it's on mobile orientation.
Oh.
Oops.
There you go. See how we learn something?
All the time.
All right, so ask if I'm still training my cup. So check this out. My wrist cupping machine, I had not done since we did the test with me and Corey and Storm and Paul, like July 11th or something, right? So going into my prep versus Aranov, that was the strongest my cup had ever been on that machine. I did 192.5 for 50 reps. Last Saturday, out of the blue, we ended up putting 200 pounds on it, see if the guy could do it. He couldn't do it. And so I went over there and grabbed it and thought I was just going to do, a couple reps with it. And I did 50 reps and probably could have done 60 or 70. And I hadn't done it in 2 months. So wrist cup, and I'm doing wrist rolls every day because I'm doing my circuits. So my wrist cup right now, it's probably the strongest it's ever been. I was amazed that I could do that 200 pounds so easy. So yeah, feeling good. Seated pronations obviously keep going up. Every week go up 2.5 pounds. And the crazy amount of reps I'm getting on the NRAPs and the static holds are crazy. And then pronation gauge back pressure, we go up 5 pounds every week. So training is good. and I'm skinny. I'm skinny right now.
You're little.
Yeah, 270.8 pounds this morning. So yeah, feeling pretty good. Where we at now, babe? What you got?
All right, so I just wanted to read just a few things. Brooks IND says, "What's up, Mike? How's that monkey rig doing?" And then Zilla XD says, "Hey, Michael, I have a question. Do you think the bicep is an important muscle in arm wrestling?" No, not at all. Cut it off.
Yeah, listen, I mean, I know Todd Hutchins says biceps not that big. I'm a big bicep believer. I mean,
all I know is when your bicep blew, that meant you were not arm wrestling for over a year.
There you go. That's what it meant, wasn't it?
Must be somewhat important, right?
There you go.
Right, absolutely. So yeah, we've got a lot to discuss, but of course, at the top of what we have to discuss is, what number is this?
6.
Is there a Monster Factory 6?
I don't know. Is there a
You
Monster
guys have asked for it. We have had message after message. When is the next Monster Factory going to happen? And frankly, we've been too busy. We've been too busy with construction. This guy has got construction after idea, put it on paper, call somebody, they're up here building constantly. That's our life going on. So much so that I have told him what I'll tell you about next year.
He told me next summer there can be no construction because we can't have it interrupting our pool time.
Zero construction. All right. Next summer.
Yeah.
Not happening. But a lot has gone down this year. So we have this big, beautiful stage.
We have an amazing
inside the Monster Factory.
Yeah.
Now there's going to be more happening in there that we will show you on another video, but it is important to the announcement. I think you should do it.
All right, guys. So watch out, Bandit. Quit hitting the table, buddy. All right. So I have been going back and forth about whether or not we should do another Monster Factory event. The biggest thing was getting sponsors. You know, to fund an event like this, I can't trust the pay-per-view format to go ahead and invest the money myself and hope that the pay-per-view sales reimburses me. So we have to do this with sponsors up front.
Which, for all you promoters out there that are wanting to put on big events that are not getting the sponsors up front, it doesn't work out too well for you. So just take a little note.
Yeah, I mean, just for me, like a little transparency. The very first event we did, we went with a $4.99 subscription YouTube model.
And that was John Brzezinski.
No, that was the second one.
That was the second one.
Ron Bath and stuff was on the first one. Me and Robbie Topi, stuff like that. And I lost $4,000. We lost $4,000.
We did.
And I'm like, I will never do one of those again.
But everybody was paid.
But yeah, everybody got, obviously I paid everybody. But then we went back and looked at the product that we had, and we had a very good product, and we had the ability to do the integrations, and we had, it was just, I was like, okay, so I was convinced by some people that, hey, go ahead and just sell integrations. I mean, the Monster Michael Todd brand's done over 300 million views since 2022. So because of that, we have started doing integrations into our videos. So basically, what's the difference between an integrated video and integrations inside a live show? So that's how we started promoting Monster Factories 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now it is Monster Factory 6. We had 2 options for dates.
Wait, when was 5?
Oh, December 2023. It'll be almost 2 years.
Oh my goodness, y'all. Did y'all know it had been that long?
Well, it's been a long time. You know, we got the event done, and I think it might have been December. I don't remember what it was. Maybe December 2nd, 2023, something like that.
That was Monster Factory 5. That was a 2-day event.
Yeah, Friday night and Saturday night. So this will be an all-in-one noon starting time with undercard matches leading into a main card, which it'll all be free streamed either on my YouTube or on my YouTube and Facebook, just depending on what makes the most sense. And the date is going to be November 29th. That was the one of 2 dates that we had to have Robert Kelly come in and do the streaming for us. And I figured, hey, it's Thanksgiving's November 27th. If people, you know, athletes needed to drive in or have time off, a lot of people are already off. So November 29th. Now, I just found out after we announced this.
Pause just a second.
After we scheduled this.
You guys, if you are on this stream, we haven't said this yet, please share it to your platforms, invite your friends to jump on, because we want everybody to hear about this, create as much excitement as possible so that these athletes, if there is one, are seen, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, so.
Oh, give us a thumbs up if you're ready for another Monster Factory.
Yeah, thumbs up if you're excited about the news about November 29th, Monster Factory 6. Now, after scheduling this event and talking to athletes and trying to set matches, we found out that Mac is having an event the same day. Ian Carnegie, in cooperation with Global Elite Arm Wrestling, are doing an event on the same day. Their event's going to be in the evening. I believe theirs is going to be a pay-per-view format. Ours, like I said, will be at noon and it'll be free.
I think he said his was free.
Is it free?
Mm-hmm.
It might be free. I have no idea. But we won't be conflicting. It was conflicting getting athletes. Like they actually wanted to offer me a left-handed match. And I'm like, yeah, I'm holding an event that day. I can't do it. But so
that did make it difficult to get athletes.
It did make it difficult for some of the matches we were looking at doing.
Just so you know, we don't purposefully plan things on the same day that other people are having events.
Dude, it was 2 days that I could do this because Robert Kelly's schedule was booked.
So. And we wanted to get one in. Why did we want to get one in? To get the analytics back up.
To give the athletes a place to showcase those skills, showcase their skills, their personalities. I think Monster Factory is the perfect place to do that. So what we currently have is we have 9 Line Apparel as our title sponsor, right?
Okay.
And so very thankful to have them on board. One of our silver package sponsors, we have Grip Arm Sports, which is super exciting to have Grip Arm Sports on board with this. We also have a silver package sponsor. We have AK Athletics. They came on board. And then Danny Gillian was a super awesome dude. He's always wanted to support us. So he threw some money over to us to support the event.
Awesome.
Now, currently, we have enough to fund the matches that I'm about to tell you. This is the extent of the card, unless we get more sponsors. Now, if you're interested, you have a company, you're looking for integrations, you're looking to be, to showcase your business or whatever, or to have along with having your logo on the back of the athlete shirts and the VIP shirts. And then there's the gold package that gets you twice as much stuff as the silver, but you also get on the backdrop of the event, right? So the backdrop, the back banner that's going to be behind the stage. Message me on Instagram, message me on Facebook if you have something like that. There will be 15 VIP spots available. So far,
not anymore.
So far, several of them have already been taken. We have probably 12 left that are available. A VIP, what you get is you have complete access to the event. Like I said, it starts at noon, so your access will probably start around 10 o'clock that morning. After the event's over, have a bunch of pizza here and just a big after pool hangout at the Monster Factory. I would say the latest will be 10 p.m. because I figure the event will be over with about 4 or 5. So we may just hang out till 7 or 8, and then everybody, go do their own thing after that. I'm not sure, but you have access to all that. You'll also get a Monster Factory 6 athlete shirt with your logo with your name on the back of the shirt, and VIPs are $500. So if you're interested in a VIP, they went really fast the last time. So if you would send me an inbox or something, we accept Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, whatever for that. So
yeah. So the thing about the VIPs, and we've had people ask us before, can't I just come and just buy a regular ticket at the door? No, this is our private residence, guys. And so we don't have an audience other than the athletes. There's
each athlete is allowed one person, whether it's corner person or significant other.
People that are directly related to working the show, and then the VIPs are the only people
It's allowed. A very exclusive event, primarily because we live in a residential area, and I can't just have hundreds of people here. So that's why we have to keep it the way it was. What's some of the biggest things that I've enjoyed about these is like when John Brezant came, he said, "This is the most fun I've ever had an arm wrestling event." And then he looked around the room and he's like, "Hey man, look at all these trophies. It makes me regret getting rid of my trophies." So that was a nice compliment from John, But,
so
the events are a lot of fun.
This one's going to be, in my opinion, even cooler just because of all of the upgrades and the one more thing that's going to change that you're going to change upstairs that we're not
talking about yet. We're not going to talk about that yet, but that's going to be crazy.
It is going to be crazy. It's going to add a whole nother layer and coolness to what
we have here. That whole experience as well.
Yeah.
But then hopefully by then a lot more stuff will be done out here. We'll have an outdoor fire pit seating area. We'll have just a lot of fun hangout time, right? So we're excited. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the card.
So let's recap first.
Okay.
Monster Factory 6 is happening.
Monster Factory 6, November 29th, 12 p.m. start time, streamed free on YouTube and possibly our Facebook as well. And there are still sponsorship opportunities available. There is one more thing I'm going to do. I didn't tell you about this, I don't think. So a lot of you
you're breaking it to me on live?
Probably going to break it on live. So a lot of you who follow us know that I have basically built this whole compound off of brand partnership deals, support from just the followers and subscribers and everyone out there in the community. And so we created the Monster Factory Supporter Wall of Fame, and that's where was a way for us to say thank you for the different businesses that bought advertising packages, and we placed them on the wall. Now, I turned that into a wrapped brick wall so people could purchase individual bricks. What I'm going to do for the next 30 days, bricks, Supporter Wall of Fame bricks are $500. You get you get your intro, you get a reel on Instagram and Facebook. As we put up your name on the wall, it also goes up as a story. You get a Monster Factory shirt, and you get a picture with your name, with me, with your name in a frame thing and all that. And that all gets sent out to you. They're $500. For the next 30 days, anyone who purchases a Monster Factory brick, $250 of that's going to go to help sponsor this event and get more matches. Right?
Awesome.
So, if we got 20, that's an extra...
That really is crowdfunding for the event.
That's an extra $5,000 that we could put in 2 more main card matches. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't know what kind of response we're going to get from that, but I want to go ahead and take half of that money and put it towards Monster Factory 6 so that we can give us the best card we can possibly have. So let's see what we got so far. We're going to start with the undercard.
Did we finish recapping everything?
What wasn't left?
Monster Factory 6, November 29th.
There's still sponsorship packages available.
There was something I was going to say, and then you went off on a different road that we'd never been on.
Okay. Recap.
Doesn't matter. Free. Oh, it is on this channel. I saw it come up. Someone was asking, where can you watch it? All of Monster Factory Arm Wrestling is on Monster Michael Todd YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's the whole. The brand is the brand's Monster Michael Todd. It's just Monster Factory, and everything else is just part of that brand, right? It's just like Monster Factory Arm Wrestling, Monster Factory Fitness. All those things are just, I don't know, subset of Monster Michael Todd, I guess. I don't know what you call it. All right, guys, here we go. So far, so we have a total of 7 matches so far. 3 main card matches, 4 undercard matches. We will have a minimum of a 10 match card. So I'm thinking of adding 3 more undercards unless more sponsors come. The most main cards we would have would be 5 main card matches, right? And what a main card match means is athletes are paid. They wear Monster Factory shirts with their name on it. And that's pretty much the only difference, really. All right, undercard matches. Here we go. Danny Gillian versus Adrian Morrison. Adrian Morrison used to be from Florida. Now he's like the #1 guy in Oklahoma at 198 pounds. And Danny Gillian, Masters World Champ, been around forever. I mean, just a stable in arm wrestling. I mean, he's been arm wrestling longer than I have. So I like that match quite a bit. We have Trey Suit, the farmhand Trey Suit, versus Grayson Procopi. I may be saying his name wrong.
Who is the farmhand? You've actually seen him if you've watched Michael's channel. He's been in some of his videos. He was in the rice bucket training video. That was a lot of fun.
Good times, good times.
Yeah,
Trey's a pretty special athlete too. A lot of people don't know. He actually got to train at the Olympic Training Center for Taekwondo. So he's a 4th degree black belt in Taekwondo, and like had aspirations to be in the Olympics. But now all of his focus is in arm wrestling. So I'm excited to see Trey versus Grayson. Grayson is a young man out of Savannah that Damon Payne brought to my attention, and he's got some pretty impressive wins. I think he may only be 18. Super strong kid. I think he's about to be going to IFA Worlds. So having him at the Monster Factory to kind of see where he's at versus Trey, I like that match quite a bit. Then we have Micaiah Polk versus Richard Cogburn. Now, for y'all that don't know Richard Cogburn won the Aries 64 super heavyweight division, which I got to tell you, they've had 4 Aries events, and Arkansas has won 3 of them. We won the 242, the supers, and the 154. The only one we didn't win was like the 198 class, right? So,
and that was someone else that's on our card.
Oh yeah. That's pretty.
Factory Arm Wrestling.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's pretty impressive stuff, right? So, Micaiah Polk is the guy who arm wrestled with Leroy Walker here and won the match. Leroy got injured, but Micaiah is a superhumanly strong individual. He's done a lot of table time practice. Artem Ternenko, just very strong guy, loves the sport, and I'm excited to have him versus Richard. Now, Micaiah is probably in that 250 range where Richard's like 300, so that's going to be an interesting match. Now, this is the last of the undercard matches that I've booked so far. And I'm telling you about these. If you guys have somebody that you think we might try to feature or should feature here in an undercard match, let me know. Like I said, I have several spots left to fill. I don't know. I have a lot of people asking me. I don't know which direction I'm going to go. And like I said, I don't know how much more sponsorship we're going to get to potentially add main card matches. But I think you guys are going to like this one. Jeremy Parker, the young man that spends a lot of time here at the Monster Factory training with me,
has had some viral TikTok videos.
He definitely has had some viral
He's
TikTok
got
videos.
this baby face, y'all.
Yeah, but the kid is super strong.
He is.
And I know he's on here right now. And he will be taking on Logan Bettinger. Now, for you guys that follow YouTube, we know that Logan's the one that got the flash pin wins on Devin last year or earlier this year, whenever it was, when Devin pulled that tournament in Virginia. Those were left-handed. This is a right-handed match. So I believe Logan's going to be pulling Wayne Withers, I don't know, a month or so before that. So this could end up being a North American rankings match as well. So Jeremy Parker versus Logan Bettinger, I think that's going to be a hyped-up match. These guys have been communicating quite a bit back and forth, so I'm excited to see where that goes.
That's exciting.
It's going to be a good one. I really think that's going to be a good one.
All right, so before you get on to the main card,
all right,
what is so important? I mean, we get messages all the time. Why don't you have Levon in a match? Why don't you have Hermes in a match? Okay, because this is Monster Factory, and we do want to have some big name matches occasionally, like we've had here at the Monster Factory. We've had John Brezink versus Corey West. We've had Todd Hutchings versus Michael Todd. You know, we've had Paul Lynn
versus a lot of people.
Yeah. So we have had some of the most elite arm wrestlers here. But our stage, we really want to shine a light on those arm wrestlers that have not yet made it to that very next level. These are the up-and-comers. These are the ones that are already making a name. It just hasn't been shouted out there yet.
Right, no. I mean, listen, guys, if we ever won the lottery, you know what I'm saying, and I had enough money to do those events, I would happily do them. We just, since this thing, we don't have the pay-per-view format, we don't have that. I mean, this is a sponsored type event. These events are basically brought to you by companies that feel like it makes sense to advertise to my followers and subscribers, and which my demographic's 96% men aged 18 to 55. So it makes sense for a lot of different companies to be advertising to that demographic. But yeah, for us, we're just doing the best we can with what we have. Like I said, the more sponsors we get for this, the more matches I'll try to add in the main card. I still have spots for the undercard. I think it's going to be a great event. We have a lot of fun with these things. A lot of the people who've made the VIP experience in the past have loved it. And they come back again for the next VIP. They come back for the next event, right? We've had Robert Gould, who's been at several of them. Jeff Lentz may have been at all of them. You know what I mean?
We always have so much fun.
Yeah.
Best birthday party I've ever had was after one of the Monster Factory events.
That was the last one.
It was.
That was 2023.
Was it?
Had to have been.
No, that was 5. That was Monster Factory 5. Mine was Monster Factory 3. Mine was 2022.
You're right. Because it was like December 15th or something.
It was the big birthday.
Yes, it's a 5-0 birthday.
Right after Sarah Latona beat my ass.
She busted you up pretty good. So Daniel asking how much it costs for one of these events. It's normally around all in about 15 or 20,000, depending on the scale of the athletes we have in the main card, right? That we've had them cost a little more than that, but
now, if you're talking about how much does it cost to come as a VIP?
No, he costs how much it costs to make these events.
Okay.
Was the question. Go ahead.
So just a little recap for a lot of folks that have just jumped on. So Monster Factory 6 is happening November 26th.
November 29th.
29th, sorry.
Thanksgiving's November 27th.
Okay. Wednesday's the 26th. So it's November 29th. All right, y'all, does it really matter? It's the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Right.
Here at the Monster Factory, it is going to be live. It's going to be free for you to watch. We still have a few VIPs at $500 to come and watch in person. That is the only way that you can get into the Monster Factory, to meet these athletes, to hang out, to enjoy the show.
To see the Monster Factory, to see this place in person. It really has it's turned into something pretty special.
But we want to make it really special for the guys that are here, for the VIPs that are here, and their families. So we want to keep it quaint And keep it small.
Well, that's the only option. We're in the city limits. We can't do anything else. Like residential area, city limits, this is what we got. So guys, super excited about everything with this potential card that's coming and just having fun with everybody. I'm also hosting the week before the Southern States Championships, Southern States Arm Wrestling Championships at Rock City, Harley-Davidson, Little Rock. So, I mean, people could technically take a week and come to Hot Springs and have a little vacation. And well, I guess would you want to come down here during Thanksgiving? Probably not. But you know, so the 22nd there'll be an event, and then this is the Monster Factory event the following week. So back to the main card, or starting the main card. What we have is Bob Brown versus Cole Casper.
Now Bob Brown has won every
event,
every match that he's had here at the Monster Factory.
Right.
I don't know that he's really taken a loss since he started all that.
No, he just lost. He lost to Corey Miller.
Corey Flash Miller.
Yeah, and then I don't know if he pulled Coach Ray. I think they may have pulled in the tournament. I'm not sure. Now, to give you a little bit of respect to Cole Casper, him and Coach Ray had a grinder.
Oh?
Yes.
In the tournament?
No, like it's either like maybe it was the Shaw Strength. I don't remember where it was. These two guys went at it in a hook hard. So Cole is a legitimate test, right? I don't know where he's ranked in North America. I think it's probably in that top 10 somewhere, but I think that might be the other rankings, the 190 rankings for the whatever that one is, the United States rankings, not the in the hook rankings. I can't remember. I think it's a 190 division, 209 division, but I'm pretty sure Bob is like 4 or 5 spots ranked ahead of him. And Bob asked for this match because I think Bob's actually pulling Artem Taranenko the following week. So we thought about offering Artem a match as well. But so Bob Brown, Cole Casper to kick things off. I like this match a lot. Now there is a discrepancy in weight here by probably 50 plus pounds.
Going whose way?
Not in Lars' favorite. Murtala Aslanov versus Lars Rabakin.
I love both these athletes.
These are great guys. Lars is actually planning a trip here in the next 2-3 weeks to come back out and get some training in. We saw Camille beat Murtala at Knuckles Up, so that flop press is an option. But I've been watching Lars train that open top roll and that pronation, and it's getting pretty sticky. So
Lars Rabakin
versus Murtala Aslanov, probably the greatest athlete the sport we have.
You got to find him on Instagram, and Murtala is from Azerbaijan.
But he's living in New York.
Okay.
And Paul Lynn's like talked about him the other day. He goes, "You kidding?" Because Murtala's wanting to get with him and train. Paul's like, after football season, definitely. He goes, "How long?" He said, "I've been here 4 years." He goes, "How am I just finding out about this?" You know what I'm saying? Because he'd be a great person for Paul to train with, right?
Yeah.
So now our main event match. We had one in store that was going to be crazy. Now, that's not taking anything away from the one we have. But we had it confirmed. Pablo versus Corey, right-handed and left-handed, best 2 out of 3 back-to-back, right? It was going to be back-to-back. Was it 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 5? How are the events? What are our matches? 3 out of 5?
3 out of 5.
My bad. It was back-to-back 3 out of 5s, right?
How do you not know how many matches we have at the Monster
Factory? I forgot. But then Pablo got injured at East versus West. And the next name that came to mind to me, Wallace Dilly.
Wallace Dilly. We just saw him. He was at the Colorado event, wasn't he?
No, he beat Rickard one round. Rickard beat him in the other ones. And then Rickard is the one that Pablo got injured against.
So that was in Istanbul?
Baby, it was in Chicago when I beat
Chicago. Shit, you know I can't even remember where we've been. All right, yeah. Chicago.
So we saw Wallace Dilly in June pull with Rickard, and he is a very impressive man and way bigger in person than he was the last time I saw him. I mean, he's 300 plus and thick. So Wallace is excited about this match. Corey's obviously excited. So right now we have Corey West versus Wallace Dilly right-handed. A lot of people don't realize where Corey's right arm is. They talk about him just being a left-handed arm wrestler. What do you need?
Well, that's because his right arm, he hasn't been given the opportunity since he lost to Farid.
He beat Farid. He lost to Arif.
Arif.
But he lost to Arif after he had a war with Farid.
I know this. And that's what I was going to say. Thank you for covering that for me. But anyways, he lost to Arif, and we haven't seen his right hand because it's been in tournaments. And a lot of those tournaments have been not aired.
World Series of Arm Wrestling haven't been aired.
And when they do finally air, it's like long past. I mean, I think I like what they're doing, except for the fact that it is way past relevance when
But
everything is released.
well, relevance to the arm wrestling community, but
Yeah.
to the average fan or average person who's watching it on ESPN or whatever, they're excited to see it, right? So they don't know.
Yeah.
So that's why they're not letting the results out or seeing the footage out, because it's getting released on like a sports network or something.
Right.
But yeah, it's just people don't realize Corey has won that event every year, and pocketed some pretty good money.
And it's not been close.
No.
Yeah.
And I think Wallace Dilly took second to him last year. So Corey West, Wallace Dilly, pretty excited about to see. I mean, I obviously I think Corey is the favorite going in that, but Wallace Dilly is definitely someone who's making waves. So we're excited to see how that match turns out. I like the card. I think it's a lot of fun. I think we can add some more exciting undercard matches. And like I said, if I've got a few more fillers out for people for potential sponsorships, so we'll see how that works. And like I said, the next 30 days, anyone who wants to purchase a supporter brick for $500, half of that money, $250 of that will go towards sponsoring this event. So, I mean, there's definitely opportunity for more matches to come.
Awesome. Awesome. Exciting stuff. So
I think so.
So like I said, looking at the main card, Corey versus Wallace Dilly, Bob Brown versus Cole Casper, and Murtala versus Lars Rabakin. I'm excited about every single one of those matches. Bob always puts on
Bob
an
puts
exciting
on
match.
a show, man. Bob, oh yeah, we also we still, the way we do our events is we have a match of the night, and
Yes.
it will be since it's all one day match of the night, there'll be a $500 to each athlete. So we have $1,000 budget for match of the night, and we'll let do we vote on that? How do we determine that?
We determine
Yeah.
it. Because it's immediately afterwards.
Yeah, because we pay all the athletes that evening, you know. So yeah, and Bob has
won it.
Bob's in some grinders, man. So Bob makes it look good. I think didn't Corey West and John Brzenk win it that one time?
Yes.
I think they both got an extra $500 on their check as well. So yeah,
that was a ridiculous match too.
It was. Yeah. It was. Now he had just recently pulled, I think, Alex Gardecha a couple weeks, 3 weeks before that in Dubai. And he says if he did have that, if it wasn't nursing that little bit of a shoulder problem, he thinks he could have went through John a little bit easier that day. But John just showed why he's the GOAT. It was amazing.
This person says, I didn't even realize Corey West pulled right as well.
I did. Yeah. I'm like, huh? How do you not know that? The dude's strong. Like, so here's the deal. Corey's right-handed is where his cup and his hand and wrist and cup strength is unbelievable. His left is where his outside, his pronation. Those are the things that make Corey's left arm so impressive. But Corey's right, it's almost an untop rollable hand. Like his hand and wrist are so thick and strong that it's very difficult to go outside, to use an outside lane. So
yeah. I'm starting a poll, guys. Who do you think takes it out of our main event match? Is it going to be Corey West? Because apparently he doesn't even arm wrestle right, and this is a right
right.
Is it going to be Corey West, or is it going to be Wallace Dilly? So Wallace, at that event that Bob Brown helped put on, that was an 8-person event, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't remember.
He beat Marcio.
He beat Wallace beat Marcio.
Yes. Marcio is no joke. A lot of people used to call him the gatekeeper.
Basically, if you could beat Marcio Barboza, you were a bad dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Marcio he's 5-time WF world champion. He's pinned Brzenk as much as pretty much any other active arm wrestler alive right now. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
During John Brzenk's, prime era. Like, what is it?
It's one of those little bee things that stung me right here.
Man, I got stung yesterday.
Hurt so bad.
Sucked so bad.
Well, I've seen him only on left, but dude is definitely strong as hell if he keeps his elbow down. All right, Hank, you got a good point.
Right-handed, he does float that elbow a little bit, right? I'll go back and check practice pulls of me and Corey, and that elbow float is. So we don't have the Louisiana hop here. We have the Arkansas air, I guess.
Arkansas air.
He gets a little air between him and the elbow pad.
So let's talk about that. The rules at the Monster Factory. So our rules are basically WAF rules. They are on 7x7 pads, except all slips go to a strap. We do not have running fouls. We tried running fouls, but frankly, guys, this is my point. I've been around arm wrestling as long as I've known Michael Todd. And I've traveled with him all over the world. And before WAL, he was arm wrestling on 7x7 pads against real behemoths of the sport. You're talking about
Push car, some plink off.
Push car, some plink off. They had no problem keeping their damn elbow on a 7x7 pad. So this new bullshit about, no, we need bigger pads because the guys are bigger. What?
Yeah, I mean, me
What?
and
No.
Richard Lupke's, all the times we've arm wrestled.
Michael
7x7
Todd,
pads.
Richard Lupke's. It all boils down to there are certain guys that want to have the ability to have more space. And no, it was not Michael. The WAL pads were there before Michael. They want to be able to have the extra space to do the things that they want to do. The trick fuckery, excuse my language.
Did you say trick fuckery?
That's exactly what I said. That's what they want to be able to do.
Right.
So there wasn't any of this, oh, but we need running fouls. They all arm wrestled. And you know what happened? Yes, some of the PAL matches did end on fouls, but not many of them. Most of them were grinders.
Right.
So I don't think you need all of this. Oh, we need 3 fouls. No, we need 3 warnings. No, we need bullshit. What you just need to do is practice and pull by the rules.
Jolene asked if we had any, prior to us announcing if we had any ladies matches, who would be a ladies match we'd be interested in having?
I like all of the ladies, but here's the problem with the ladies, and I hate saying this. When you look at analytics, and this is something you all can help with, when you look at analytics, and when I'm talking about analytics, when we fix up a package and send it to sponsors, they look at the watch time, and they look at when the watch time drops off and when the watch time goes up. Of course, watch time goes up like crazy with the elite arm wrestlers, the people, the names that everybody knows, right? Watch time stays pretty steady through most of the main card. Watch times is building slowly through the undercard until we put in a ladies match.
Really?
And then it sharply drops and does not pick back up until the ladies match is over. So the problem is the community does not support ladies matches.
Well, that sucks.
And you cannot, I don't care what you guys say out there online. I don't care what argument you may have. The proof is in the pudding, y'all, and you can see it in sheer numbers. The community does not support it. And if the community does not support it, we cannot sell it.
I get it. I mean, I'd love to have Gabby here sometime.
Would love to.
She would have to pull a dude. Like, she'd have to pull one of the lighter weight guys or something, right? Because there's no women that can pull with her. You know, there's I mean, there's Barbara. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the lip healed up, it did.
Yeah, lip healed up real well. Everything. Like, it did real well, man. Super pleased with that. But yeah, I don't know.
So I would be interested in having some ladies matches, but they would have to be undercard because we cannot afford to send sponsorship money there, because there would be, unless you guys wanted to crowdfund it.
Jeremy Parker said I'd pull Gabby if I can use both hands.
If any of you would want to crowdfund a ladies match, would be happy to put them on our main stage.
Right. And it's not the main stage, it's just the main card. It's just for, like she's saying, for us to, because we have to basically, the integrations go into this match brought to you by so-and-so, right? That's what they're paying for. And we want to make sure. So the way we do this, the way we do the matches, and the way we do the card, so it will air live, and then it will stay up forever, right? And then we will chop up each match and re-release them individually with the integration in the matches. And then whichever athletes are involved in each match, we will send the footage, a copy of the footage to each one of them to release on their platforms as well, excuse me. So, I mean, a lot of the, it's a lot of advertising opportunities for someone if they do purchase, you know, to decide to be a sponsor and get the integration. Not only is it released live, that video stays up forever. The videos are re-released individually, and then they're also given to the athletes to release on their platforms as well. So, I don't know, it's pretty cool. Plus, we make a pretty good integration for you that we could give to you that you could use for your advertising as well. So,
yeah, Ryan, what happened to pulling for free? Those days are behind us.
Yeah.
Professional arm wrestling, those days are behind us. And a lot of the guys that are coming here are pulling for free. If they're not on the main card, they may be getting sponsors for their
we allow, and that's the thing, and that's why I don't make them, sorry to cut you off, baby. That's why I don't have them wear Monster Factory shirts, because if you're not on the main card, I want you to be able to go out and get your sponsors. So you can wear your sponsor shirts, whatever. If you are on the main card and you have some sponsors, you can wear a sponsor's hoodie that you take off, you know, sponsors on your athletic pants, whatever you want to do. You can have iron-on patches onto your shirt if there's room on your shirt to put a sponsor. We fully support letting people make as much money as they possibly can. We just do the best that we can with what we have. So,
Okay, Michael is definitely ticklish.
Emma,
Yes, you're ticklish.
huh.
And he's also like he's a big baby over little scratches. He'll be like, "Why did you cut me?" And I can't even see it. It's just a scratch, just a scratch.
Misha did fillet me open.
Misha did not fillet you. Do you know what fillet means?
Yes, I do. Remember when Oreo filleted me open? Yeah, Oreo definitely filleted me open. So years ago, I was breaking up Oreo and Maya over a treat, and
Got your hand in the way.
Oreo went for Maya. My hand was in the way, and then I yanked my hand out, and I felt so horrible because it yanked her canine right out of her jaw because it was so deep in my hand when I did it. But then I came downstairs like, "Honey, you think it's fine?" And as we were washing it, one side laid over this way, the other side laid it like, we're gonna have to go sew that back up. It's pretty bad.
Oh, my face, y'all. Okay, so when's your next East versus West match?
Well, we're gonna talk about that here in just a second.
Okay, let me cover my face and then Michael talk about his next match. So when basically, if you saw my busted up face, thank you, Mama, on social media, I did post a picture of it because I just wanted people to know kind of what had happened. Basically, I was teaching my dogs how, if they should fall in the pool, how to find the stairs. Well, in order for them to find the stairs from the pool, they have to first get into the pool. They don't want to get into the pool. Well, I had finally gotten Chance to where he was jumping from the stairs into the pool beside me, and he would turn around and swim back in. Well, that's great if he comes in from the stairs, but what if he should fall in from the side? So my bright idea, I'll just hold on to his leash and I'll pull him from the side into the pool. Problem was, I had to get too close to the side to get my footing, so I didn't have room to move out of the way when I pulled on the leash and he decided to jump. And he didn't jump beside me, he jumped to me. And when he jumped to me, his front paws caught my face, pushed me into the water. I thought my orbital bones, my nose, everything was going to be broke. I thought it was just going to be horrible, right? So the good news part of that is Chance did know how to find the stairs if he fell in, because I let go of the leash when he knocked me into the water and the little asshat swam right to the stairs and got out.
Yeah, he did.
I grab my face and I walk out. Michael's over arm wrestling in the outdoor Monster Factory over there. And I'm trying to calm myself down. And I can clearly see there's blood. And I felt like I was probably in pieces. But I'm keeping my face covered. I said, Michael, can you come here for a minute? And he walks over and said, now I need you to remain calm. But my face got cut up when Chance jumped into the water. So I need to know how bad it is. I need you to tell me if I need stitches, because I don't want to go in there and have to look at it and be shocked. He's like, okay. So I moved my hands. And what'd you do?
Oh, that's not that bad.
That is not what he did. He said, oh my God, your face is fucked up. He went to screaming, y'all. He went to screaming. He is not okay in an emergency when it involves me. And all it took was 3 stitches. I just had to have 3 stitches in my lip because everything else was real superficial. It's still healing. But the thing is, that day ended the dogs jumping into the pool. I know now they know where the stairs are.
They know what's
and I'm not
up.
worried about it anymore. Yeah.
So it looks like Corey's a 79% favorite on this poll.
79?
Guess what? 79 is all I see. I don't see the other part.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So here's what we got. Recap. Monster Factory 6, November 29th. Event starts at noon. Streamed live on my YouTube and possibly my Facebook as well. We have about 12 VIP spots left available, access to the entire event, plus the after pool and party. They're $500 a piece. They go pretty quick. So message me either on Instagram, Facebook Messenger. If you have my phone number, text me and secure your spot before they're gone. What else we got? There's still sponsorship spots available. Half of all Monster Factory bricks, Monster Factory Supporter Wall of Fame bricks, half the money will go to sponsoring this event. Anyone who purchased a brick in the next 30 days. That's pretty much everything on the thing. We got a pretty cool card. So back to Henry. When is my next East versus West match? Well, my next East versus West match is scheduled to be the very next event after Switzerland. December sometime, supposed to be in the United States. And I think it should be for the heavyweight world title versus winner versus Sawgoff and Chafee. Now, I know Dave Chafee said if he won, he would be happy to pull me. I have not heard how Sawgoff feels about it. But as I said earlier, I'm 270.8.
Where's Sawgoff from?
Russia. Yeah.
Can he even get in?
Well, I don't know. They said they were going to be able to get Vitali in. So if they could get Vitali, I don't see why they couldn't get him. So how far are we out for November 1st? 5 weeks. So I think we're 5 weeks out from East versus West Switzerland, right? So 6 weeks after that, essentially. So I'm 11 weeks out from competing, currently setting at 270.8. Making a 253 weight category right now would be very easy. My strength has not been affected at all. Like I said previously, I did the heaviest I've ever done in wrist cupping, 7.5 pounds more than my previous PR. I did it for 50 like it was nothing. Super pleased about that. Seated pronation. If you guys are watching my seated pronation, I'm keeping a very nice tight angle on these reps and these static holds. I will try 142.25 today for at least a 25 plus second static hold. So far I've been going 29 seconds on every weight, 27, 28, 29 on the previous weights. And if I can get 142.25 for a 29 second static hold, I would very much like to see someone do better than that. It's so even my closer angle pronation is getting stronger. I do believe I have the strongest pronation in the world from an open angle. So someone asked, what do you think my best lane's at right now? It's going to be an outside top row, pronation gauge back pressure driven move. Someone asked, why do I King's move? I don't even think I King's move anymore. I think I just open top row. I think I'm closing up the angle. I feel good. If Dave Chafee was to win, I have great history of Dave Chafee. We always seem to go to war pretty well. He's a great athlete, looked amazing versus Todd Hutchins. If it's Sawgoff, I'm unhookable. You can't turn my palm up. He may come driving in a press. He will lose his hand, and I will win in a war. So
Lad Russo wants to know, can you still pull in the open weight category?
Yes. So if for some reason that match doesn't happen, I'm willing to pull, Spec off, Gurdecha, whoever in the open category. I will be pulling at that event, whether it's for the heavyweight championship of the world or a rankings match in the super heavyweight category, or to just maintain my current spot. The goal is always to eventually get to pull Levon. I don't know if that's going to be in the cards anytime soon. So me staying a 300 plus pound guy, I'm not happy at that weight. And honestly, I think the extra weight doesn't necessarily make me any stronger. I think I perform much better at this weight and lower weights. The strength is there. All I've really done is just increase my cardiovascular activity and just been more strict with my nutrition, right? So feel great, excited about arm wrestling, excited about getting back on the table. I've been doing a lot of band assisted arm wrestling, a lot of two arm pulling. I saw what Devin's doing, saw how much it helped him. It only made sense for me to go ahead and do some of that. The good thing about it is I've been able to arm wrestle like that, and I was doing them almost 5-6 days a week, and was still able to hit all my lifts. It didn't affect my training at all. So my arm feels really healthy right now. What you got?
I'm going to ask them another question. Let's go ahead. So right now we got Corey as an 81% favorite. Now that's really not surprising to me on our channel because our channel knows Corey.
Of course.
A lot of people outside our channel don't really know him all that well. So
Right.
They may not really have an idea. I have a question. Keep talking.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Alrighty, what we got here? Nick Stone versus Wallace. Winner faces Corey. Well, that'd have to happen before November 29th because Corey's pulling Wallace here. So Nick Stone does look like a strong young man. So I'm sure he'll get his time to shine soon enough. But yeah, I haven't seen a lot of comments about who they would like to see on the card,
So I've seen some people say, hey, me.
Oh,
I saw Cody Bird.
Okay.
Rebecca, you still have to answer. Are you ticklish too? Oh, very.
Are you really?
I don't think being tickled is like it. No, I don't like it. Don't do it. Don't like it at all.
I don't like being pinched.
He does not like being pinched, especially don't pinch his back fat.
Pinching on me makes me want to swing on you. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
he
just,
gets mad.
and it's instinctive. Like, I don't know anything else. Like, I really want to hit you. You know,
He
like-
gets mad. He gets mad. All right, so I just put out a new question. Who do you think has had the most impact on training for arm wrestling, Devin or somebody else?
I'd say Devin.
I would say because he has really made it almost a university degree.
He's picked it apart. Like,
He has
it's a lot.
picked it apart to its smallest movements. It is no longer just about becoming stronger.
Well, that being said, he has picked apart the arm wrestling specifics, right?
Uh-huh.
I think the reason he's came up short with LeBron is because he's so focused on arm wrestling specifics. He doesn't have the core power that a lot of arm wrestlers have as a background, like as a developmental. Like, a lot of guys, they have big bench, squat, deadlift, whatever, because they've trained their whole bodies. Now, Devin used to do a lot of that stuff, but he's never, because he's so long and sinewy, he's never been a big bencher, probably not a big squatter, deadlifter, but that fundamental base of power, I think, is the only thing that he's missing to be able to beat LeBron. Now, I say that, but then I look at this, what if a 310, 20, 30-pound version of Devin, who all he does is let everybody grab him with two hands? I mean, I think at that point, you're developing the strengths you need for arm wrestling. Like right now, what he has is leverage, pronation, and rise, right? He's got a good cup. But if you let Devin continue to gain weight, fueling his body correctly, and doing these two-handed style matches and just max effort force on his arm, that could give him the same type of fundamental power that he would need, that he would have possibly could have developed through just, heavier lifting, because it's arm wrestling, and that's what he's doing is arm wrestling.
You know what I think?
Schoolboy has zero chance whatsoever of beating me right-handed. Now, his left might be good, I don't know, but right-handed, there's only a handful of people in the world who are going to beat my right arm. And I think those same people, I have just as good a chance of beating them as well. So there's a misconception of where the levels are at in arm wrestling. My right arm is very high.
He has figured out how to beat people stronger than him. But this is what I also think. Devin, we know that Devin has had he's had insomnia for a long time. I think he's sleeping better now. Thank goodness for Jody, right? And for him. But I think that he used to just stay awake thinking about stuff, thinking about arm wrestling. That's all that he would think about. And he would think about the smallest movements. How can I get this advantage in a setup? Okay, if I'm in this spot in the middle of a match, what tiny little changes can I make to get the advantage back on my side? I mean, he has really picked it apart.
He's very technical for sure.
And I've heard you say, when people would ask you, does strength matter in arm wrestling? You said, or does technique? And you said we all have basically the same techniques. It becomes who's stronger, but it may not be whose bench muscles are stronger. It may be whose pinky is stronger.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, he's strong. No, his bench press muscles are strong. My arm wrestling muscles are highly developed.
Right.
It's completely different, right? Someone just asked me if I would consider taking a match with Czar in the future. Yeah, I mean, if Czar ends up beating Zaranoff at this Georgia versus the world thing, then Czar definitely makes for a worthy opponent. And I think he's got a winning record against Zaranoff. So interesting to see how that works. Can you take rightful places over 5, and would you be beating world by beating Jerry? I was supposed to pull Jerry at the Shaw Classic, but then he wasn't able to make that time. He didn't have enough time to prepare, so that match didn't happen. And then they couldn't find me an opponent for Switzerland, and now he's the one pulling Vitali.
He is pulling Vitali.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Mike, what is your favorite and least favorite Travis Bagent moment when he made you the maddest and made you the laugh the hardest? Okay, that guy's gonna make you laugh.
He's hysterical. Obviously, him trying to cheat me at WAL was pretty infuriating, so I kind of lost my temper a little bit with him then.
Oh, can I tell a story? Can I tell the story?
Whatever you want to tell, I don't care.
Go ahead.
I don't have a story.
So you lost your temper.
Okay, go ahead.
When's he made you laugh?
I don't know.
Looking back on it.
I don't know. You tell me your story.
Okay, this was not a laughing moment, but it's definitely laugh-worthy afterwards.
All right.
All right, I can't get into too much detail, but basically we were all in a house after the Olympia.
Oh, yeah.
Or actually it was night 1 of the Olympia before night 2, right? And there was a situation. We were all in a conundrum trying to figure out. And in the room was Devin, Cobra, Michael, Travis.
And then a room full of people.
And then a room full of other people, right? Well, there's excitement. I mean, you can tell energy is high, passion is high. And I said something, and Travis is in his moment. He's like, bitch, please. And as soon as he said that, the room went silent. There was no more laughing. I swear you could not hear anything. The room went silent. He's like, bitch, please. Michael stiffens up. And I'm like, I'm totally okay because I completely understand it's just a phrase, right? Michael's like, that's your one. That's all Michael said. That's your one. I'm not going to tell you what Travis was holding at the moment. It was that long. Suddenly it was about that long. And he carried it outside. Cobra's like, I'm going out there with him. He headed out there with him. I mean, I laughed my ass off because I totally understood. It was just a turn of phrase. Bitch, please. Michael has a totally different feeling when it comes to his wife.
It's my loved ones.
Yeah.
Like,
It
listen,
was hysterical.
man, I mean, stupid shit comes out your mouth, something's about to hit your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well,
it's just, I don't know.
Well, the funny thing was that the entire room knew.
Everyone there knew.
Like, bam, like that. You could like hear the record going.
But it's just
great.
because I'm very protective of you, and like I said, if it was someone other than him, that's why he got that's your one. That was a freebie. The next one's gonna cost you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, Travis is a great dude. I talked to him the other day, and I don't know if I fully told you or not, but he is invited to come one of Tyson's home games.
Oh my God.
Yeah, one was this weekend that we could have drove to, or maybe this weekend was Vegas, I think.
I want to go.
But he told me there's room for us to park the RV. He'll make sure we have, and he said that Kaplan might even we might be able to get his seats or something,
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Will you find out and make that happen?
Yeah, he sent me the schedule of all the home stuff, so I'll message.
Because that is a cheap meal for sure.
Yeah, he said whenever we want to do it. So.
Oh yeah, I definitely want to go see that.
Yeah.
I would love to.
Yeah.
No, Travis is a fantastic person to hang out with.
He's hysterical.
I mean,
he is very funny.
We have actually talked, Michael and I, and it's like, who would we actually go on vacation with? Because we went to Athens with Ron Bath, Angie, John Brezink, and Renee. I'm sorry, my throat just dried up. And Renee, and we had a fantastic time. It was so much fun, y'all. But other than that, there's not a whole lot of people that I want to travel with.
Right.
Corey would be a lot of fun. Travis Bagent, I will go anywhere just because I want to be the fly on the wall in the room.
The dude's funny.
He is hysterical.
Yeah.
He's always on too. Like what you see, that's what he is.
Yeah.
He's always on.
He's hysterical.
For Nugo versus Oleg, what chances do you think Nugo has? I personally hope he wins since he's an inspiration for me. But how do you view the match? Is it a mismatch or is it a perfect fight?
I think Oleg is 70-30. I think he's the big favorite.
Do you know who will ref Jeremy Parker? Or is he talking about the Monster Factory?
If he's talking about Monster Factory 6, we're ref at Monster Factory 6. He said it right there. Leonard Harkless is our ref. Okay. We couldn't get Luke Polsher. He had prior engagement, so Leonard Harkless will be our head ref. Not sure on the downside ref. Rebecca mentioned because she is a national ref? What's your level?
I'm just a junior, but I want to test. And Leonard is going to be testing.
So she actually thought about
testing and being down ref
for the event. Yeah.
I don't think there are two matches I think I would have a hard time down reffing, and that is Corey's match and
Lars, or who?
Okay, there are three matches I think I would have a hard time. The entire main card.
Corey, Jeremy, and Lars, or something.
No, I can match Jeremy. I can ref Jeremy's match. He's not
Bob Brown. Who is it? What?
Yeah,
like
Bob,
I've said every match on the card. Like which one is?
Did you not hear me just say the entire main event?
Okay. Gotcha.
Main card. Yeah. So that would be hard. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's funny.
Those would be hard. So maybe I could find someone that would down ref just for those three.
We can swap out. I can down ref.
You don't want to down ref. Okay, nobody is going to allow you to ref Corey West.
I guess not.
No, but let me tell you this right now. If you are a family member or friend of Michael Todd's, you don't want him reffing your matches. He's going to lean the other way just so he doesn't look biased.
Just so I don't look biased. I'm like, yeah.
The number of times I've been arm wrestling and he has given my opponent advice or our son would be arm wrestling, and Ryan flashes someone, and Michael makes him do it again because it was just really too fast. Maybe the other guy wasn't ready. What? You don't want that.
It's bad. It's
It is
bad.
bad. It
Well,
is really
guys,
bad.
we have been on for an hour. I have to eat. I have an outdoor kitchen to assemble, and we have sun to lay out in. So,
Isaac, are you asking if we put on tournaments, or are you asking if Michael arm wrestles tournaments?
well, the last time I arm wrestled tournaments, I got chastised for it. So, I mean,
Do we care?
No, I do not. I'd happily go back on the road right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if we had the sponsors,
Okay.
I'm back on tour. Let's do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we hold tournaments. We held the Arkansas State, like I said, November 22nd. I hold in Southern States Arm Wrestling Association championships, and then I'm actually going to a tournament on the 18th. Maybe it's called Battle in the Pines, October 18th. I can't remember. A young man asked me to come out and support his event, and I think I may do some left-handed pulling there. I'm not sure, but yeah.
All right, y'all. You've all been fantastic. Again, if you have just come on late, Monster Factory 6 is happening. We are super excited to be putting it on. Lots more announcements coming out about that. A really cool factor will be revealed here very soon.
We got some cool stuff.
That's coming for the Monster Factory event. We have got a $500 VIP, which gives you all access to everything Monster Factory that weekend.
Or that day. It's just that day.
Or they come the evening before, too, if we do the press conference.
We're doing a press conference?
Maybe.
It's the day? I don't know. I didn't know he was doing that.
Oh, because it's talk about it.
We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that just a run through to see,
yes.
make sure we got our cameras and
we
everything?
have to make sure the cameras and
I can just do a posing routine.
A posing routine?
Yeah. Get the Speedo out.
You cut me off again, and now I done lost my place.
VIPs, $500.
VIPs, $500. There's a few left. We started out with 15. They are going fast, and they usually do go fast. If you want to be here, you want to be present, the only way is to be a VIP unless you are actually on the card, working the card, or working somebody's corner. Super exciting stuff. Be sure and share the news, share this stream. Follow Monster Michael Todd on all platforms for more info coming later.
Thank you to Nine Line Apparel to be our title sponsor. Grip Arm Sports and AK Athletics for sponsoring it as well. And thank you, Danny Gillian, for your contribution as well. Hopefully that's just the beginning of what we have. I'm excited about some further announcements. Hope everyone has a wonderful and blessed weekend. I think that's it, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. God bless everyone. Take care.
See you all soon.